So I'm sure Coach Tony Ursuline not necessarily happy starting off this match.
So now for Purdue, it's number 17th ranked Nate Limmex, a redshirt sophomore, 18-10 on the year from Adam, Michigan, taking on Mike Carr, redshirt freshman, 6-4 on the year. As Nate goes for the early single leg shot, unable to hold on to it, and Carr did a really good job trying to turn that into offense himself, but a potentially dangerous position was put in for Nate Limmex, so the referee wisely blows his whistle and we start back over.
Yeah, that was a good whistle. One for the potentially dangerous. Two, if it wasn't that, it was going to end up being a stalemate. You see that position a lot where each guy has a hold of a leg and no one's willing to give it up, so you stop and make them reset. A good call by the referee.
Shot there by Carr. Limmex tried to get his hips to the floor and fight it off, was unable to out-muscle Carr, and Carr gets the takedown for the first 2 points. As now they wrestle near the out of bounds right here, right into our living room. See Nate still trying to get that pressure as Carr still has his right foot inbounds, and now it slides out. So we'll head back to center with Nate Limmex down and down in the match early on here, 2-0.
Yeah, this is a very important match for Nate Limmex coming into today. 18-11 or 18-10, excuse me, taking a loss at Penn State this past Friday. So this is an important match for him because he's been one of the guys, kind of like Dylan Lighty on this team, that's kind of been riding the wave a little bit, that he's just having a lot of success and he keeps having more and more success. So a little bit of a pushback there at Penn State, taking a loss. He's looking to get back in the W column today for sure against a tough opponent, Mike Carr.
Mike Carr also coming off of a loss. He lost a decision 11-6 to 11th ranked Tommy Thorne of Minnesota. That was a match that Illinois lost overall 14-17. Minnesota is ranked 14th in the nation at the time. Illinois was 12. As Limmex gets the 1-point escape and cuts the lead in half for Carr. We'll see if Nate can get some offense here. Another shot by Carr. He's been aggressive here early on in the match. Limmex did a better job that time of tying him up and fighting him off as they go back to hand fighting near center. There's Limmex on the offense. He's got a good handle on him. I mean, nice tackle for the takedown. 2 points for Nate Limmex, and he takes the lead in the match 3-2. Textbook tackle there by Limmex to get Carr on the mat. See Nate try to break him back down to the mat. He's got a good hold of the right leg and his left leg tangled around him.
That's not really a great position you want to be in. He's going to probably look to try to dead weight back and just drop his weight to the mat. Probably a good decision to give up that left leg. Not having both feet on the floor is never really an advantage. So good decision by him to let that go.
In the process, Limmex got a stalling warning, and Carr was able to escape, so that ties up the match 3-3. We've had quite a bit of offense here in the first period of this match.
Yeah, very exciting to see. I think we talk a lot of times about wrestlers that start off matches just kind of wanting to feel each other out. And a lot of times that ends up just being hand fighting, but I think it's very important to go out and, by feeling each other out, they're taking shots, they're taking chances early on in the match. That way they can see what their opponent will give up and won't give up. You end up with, 3-3 to end the first period, but you've learned a little bit about your opponent by the end of the first period, which is important going into the second and third.
Decision goes to Limmex. He decides to defer to the third, so it's going to be Carr's decision, and he goes down. Trying to get that 1-point escape here to take the lead in the match in the second period. We'll see if Nate is able to do a better job of keeping Carr on the mat. Last time Limmex took him down, Carr got out pretty quickly, as we're now going to have a caution.
See that quite a bit. Wrestlers just trying to get that millisecond advantage on the whistle, trying to anticipate the referee's whistle.
Limmex once again trying to break Carr back down to the mat and really having no success doing that. Carr, a very strong wrestler, upper body, able to get Nate up into the air, and just the overall weight of Limmex unable to get him back down to the mat as we're back to neutral. Shot there by Carr. Kind of the same exact move Limmex used against him, and he's able to use it to his advantage now for the takedown to take a 6-3 lead.
Yeah, that was a great shot by Carr. He had Limmex on his heels. Looked like his weight was shifted back a little bit, and Limmex, as quick as he is, wasn't able to flatten out, sprawl out to be able to get his hips down to the mat to keep the takedown from ensuing, but a great shot overall by Mike Carr.
1-point escape. Limmex 6-4 now is the score. Good crowd here today, Hunter and Holloway Gymnasium. It was Youth Day to start out the afternoon with a bunch of young 8th grade and under campers wrestling around on the mat and working on their craft as well, the next generation.
Yeah, very exciting day for Purdue Wrestling as they were able to bring out the youth clinic, as you said, 8th and under. Jake Souflon, the volunteer assistant coach for the Purdue Boilermakers, leading that this morning. Very exciting for the wrestlers, for the parents of these kids to come in here and get the experience and get a little coaching from someone with the experience like Jake Souflon.
Good job there by Limmex to fight off that shot from Carr. Let's see if he can turn it into some offense himself. He needs a takedown here to tie up the match in the second period. Just over 30 seconds to go. And as I look around at this full house in Holloway Gymnasium, look in the corner and I see Purdue football head coach Jeff Brom and some of his coaching staff here supporting the wrestling team today. Nice to see.
Yeah, Jeff Brom loves to do that, actually.
I see him everywhere, don't you?
Every basketball game. He loves to come to wrestling matches. He comes out and supports every single one of these other teams because other teams do that for the football team.
Yep.
Basketball team, we see a lot of coaches, a lot of players at these events supporting the other athletic teams here at Purdue as it's all just one big family.
Another shot there by Carr, fought off by Limmex, and he gets his hips to the mat and fights off that late attempt there from Carr. So we're going to head to the third period with Carr leading 6-4. And yeah, you're right. I mean, when you look at Purdue athletics as a whole in Purdue sports, it really is a giant family, and everybody always comes out and supports each other, and it's good to see the overall camaraderie of the entire athletic department because it's contagious. When you see another team winning and representing and doing well, it makes you want to push your guys harder to follow suit.
Yeah, it's very exciting to see, and like as you said, it's one big family that these coaches come in and support all the other coaches, and they recognize the effort and the day-to-day work that each of these teams is putting in.
Mm-hmm. So Limmex, after deferring in the first period, decided to go bottom here to start the third. He needs 2 points to tie up the match. He's going to get 1 here for the escape. So now a takedown will take the lead for Nate as you see the Holloway Gymnasium fans start cheering him on because it's getting into crunch time now here for Purdue. A possible team score on the line here to get on the board and tie it up with Illinois. Shot there by Carr, fought off by Limmex. Carr's got a hold of both legs and is able to take him down to the mat. Another strong move for Carr. That's 2 really nice takedowns we've seen from him this afternoon.
Yeah, Limmex is going to have to be very quick now as he was able to get that 2-leg takedown and just stood him up. Limmex got a little high, and Carr just decided he was going to go up and over with him. Instead of trying to drive through him, he was going to flip him over. What's very important right now for Limmex is that he doesn't stall for any reason. Mm-hmm. He has got to make sure he pops up here, he gets an escape, gets a reversal, whatever he's got to do. He has to do it quick because he doesn't have a lot of time.
Interesting strategic situation going on here as I saw Jim Heffernan, the coach of Illinois, talking to his wrestler. He's getting near 5 seconds away from riding time and getting that extra point. So that was an important 10 seconds right there. So now he is in the riding time area, so 1 point will be added to his score unless Limmex is able to get out and get back on bottom.
Yeah, that 1 point's the difference between 3 and 4 points is very important because 3 points is an escape and a takedown, and all of a sudden it's tied. That 4 points really puts it out of reach.
Right.
He has to get 2 takedowns or a reversal, which is not very unlikely, but it's less likely.
Yeah.
Looks like Limmex looked over to the referee, saying maybe he get the escape
a 1
there.
point escape.
Wasn't awarded it, so he's going to have to work for it again.
Just ran out of mat room there along the side by the bleachers as the referee had to blow it dead as they had both gone off the circle. So with 33 seconds left, things are not looking good for Limmex, but he's going to need a quick escape and some offense as Carr tries to get him back down to the mat. Limmex continued to run around and trying to get out as they near the Purdue bench now. Both wrestlers out of play, and we will head back to center with 22 seconds remaining.
It looks like they gave the caution to Limmex there, as you can see. He moved very quickly.
Yeah, he did. He knows he's got to get out here quick. Riding time now is going to go to Mike Carr of the Fighting Illini. So it's going to be 9-5 final unless Limmex is able to score some points here in the last 10 seconds as they go sprawling out of bounds once again. And now a stalling warning given to Illinois' Mike Carr. With only 9 seconds left, it looks like he's going to hold on here for the win.
Very hard fought match by Limmex too. I mean, I don't want to take anything away from him. 8 seconds left and he's still fighting. And that's not easy to do after almost 7 minutes of wrestling.
So Mike Carr of the Illinois Fighting Illini gets the upset win over Nate Limmex.